Back here at the South Point Bowling Plaza for the scratch and handicap title matches of the 2020 JBT Las Vegas Main Event. We are still buzzing here about the girls' scratch title match we just witnessed. If either of these matches are 10% as good, well, we'll be in for an awful big treat here. Two of the very best we've ever had. Sorel Cardenas taking on Cortez Shank for the main event crown. Neither one of them has that title in their otherwise very, very busy trophy cases. Cortez the top seed, Sorel the 2 seed, so not a surprise and appropriate that they're playing each other for the title. Sorel goes back on the ball method like a boss at that 10-pin and has it. To their right, Gavin Fernandez as the 5 seed has won 3 consecutive matches to reach the title match. He's been doing a lot of winning with this lately, but he had to go the hard way to get here to play for the handicap title against someone you haven't seen in JBT title matches before, Jessica Handa. I guess we'll call it the handicap division if she happens to win. She's got her hands full against Fernandez, who started spare 3 in a row, is just rocketing up the standings and improvement and all that. And that's a great way to win handicap tournaments when you're getting better faster than the average can catch up. That's just kind of the deal in handicap. And we'll re-rate the snot out of him again, and he'll probably beat that average, and the cycle will continue. Sorel with a swing and a miss in that shot. Lucky to only get 8 out, or lucky to get 8 out of that. Will be a 3rd consecutive spare to open the title match, should he get it. Oh boy. He almost lifts the spare again. It's a long pattern. Oh, Jesus.
Does the second place person want to stay?
Up to them.
Okay.
Cortez, your number 2 qualifier at plus 272 after the 6 qualifying games. That's a 240 plus clip. The overall scores weren't much higher than previous main events, but the top bowlers really killed it. That speaks to their talent, the pattern, and probably that they were darn eager to bowl. Some of these guys have had months off. Tez does not. He's got a paradise at his disposal with the B3 training center that he represents. He wanted that one for an early lead. Instead, it's going to stay a 1-pin game. This a solid 9 denies him on an otherwise perfect shot. Tyler Coates was the person that Tez was behind after qualifying. Tyler won a match in the stepladder today to have a top 6 finish. Tez needed every bit of a 260 last game to get past Bud Sicard. Part of another great Pac Northwest showing. Back to Tez trying to catch as much of both matches as we can here. Now the pocket let him down with the solid 9, so he'll go over to the light hit and scatter the rack. It's just, you know, when you have 97 titles, yes, 97 titles, great spare from Gavin there. You've talked about him so many times that you never want to get blasé about watching such talent. And my favorite physical game of all time is P. Weber, and has always been described as, you know, poetry in bowling. And I think Tez's game is that good too. It's the sky's the limit for both of these guys too. Sorel, the ultimate competitor. 17 titles in a long JBT career, with a lot of seconds and a string of seconds, 3rds, 4ths, and not nearly enough first for as well as he has been bowling lately. But he loves bowling in the plaza. Great results on our tour here in this unbelievable facility. Other events as well. But right now, neither bowler able to string the strikes through the first half of the game. The only one who's strung strikes is Gavin and Jessica, as they have a double and a triple each. That's got a hook. Oh my goodness. Barely gets over there to cover up the 7. I'm surprised that he's covering that many boards on his spares, really, to be honest. This is a tricky pattern despite the lush numbers they were both able to put up. Jessica has to win this match by 3 pins to tie and 4 to win. And that 8 count comes after 3 opens in a row, which came after a double to open. So, advantage Fernandez now as he's cleaning the 2 10s. He might run through this step ladder. Well, the ball falls off, and Jessica's body language tells the story right there. She's quickly starting to run out of frames. They're through 6 over there. Sorrell has a spare working here. He's got 4 spares working. Here in frame 5 of the main event title match that you can't see. Now you can. That Sorrell would probably prefer I put the camera back over again, as it's a 5th straight spare attempt for one of the most powerful strike balls on tour. And just nothing going right for Handa right now. She won her last match here to get to the title match, but not finding the love. It was the higher seeds choice of which pair of the 2 pairs in use for their division's finals to bowl this on. So this is the pair that Jessica and Tez chose to bowl on. So still hooking it at his spares, still uncomfortable with that ball at about 52 feet. Jessica doesn't want to talk about it. Another open, that's 5 in a row. That's a buzzard. Sorrell very often throws a plastic ball, the old Snorlax, for those of you who follow the tour. For whatever reason, not choosing to do it right now. It hasn't cost him. Another real nice pocket hit for Fernandez. Oh, man! Just about every Vegas center has really sweet sidewalls and some pretty sweet messengers. That was up there. That thing hit the crown of the pin just about as Gavin finally misses a spare over there, but he's way in control of that match. Good heavens. Shank gives that shot the old "what happened" look. He thought that was good, but he gives the perplexed look back at Team Shank back here, including Wesley Lowe. Been hanging out all week. Hard and straight at the bucket. That's how I'd prefer that people shoot their spares, but he's the first one to miss a spare, and double miss actually changes this back into a tie match. My goodness. Fernandez goes back-to-back opens, giving Jessica just the faintest hint of life. Wesley's trying to tell Jared and Pop, well, you're getting the close-up here, exactly what to do. Finally back in the pocket. It's feast or famine for Handa. She's doubled in the first and second, comes up with a strike here in the 8th. There's still time in this match. Over and over and over again, we've seen how matches flip-flop in the blink of an eye, especially in handicap. Can Cardenas find a way to carry on this pair? A 9 count. You can't put much more on a bowling ball than Sorrell does. And it's just, it's all about angles and shapes and facing up to the pocket the right way. You'll hear those terms thrown about by higher level bowlers. The ball is not facing up through the 1-3 the way he needs it to. But what do? You got a 4-frame match against Cortez for $3,000. How big a change are you willing to make? That ball's got to label 52 feet to get there every time. So how, like I was saying, how big a change are you willing, brave enough, whatever the right word is, to make? Because if you change in wrong, you're doing worse than 9 spare. But you probably need to do something else and be right in order to stay with Tez. Fernandez shaky again. That's 3 pins is what he's got to win by. He's at 159 with gutters the rest of the way out. I think Jessica has room for 170. So this is not done. Gavin's looked so spectacular. Gavin's ready to go too. We'll see if Sorrell backs off. They're a pair away. He doesn't. Cardina's in the 7th. Hey, a 9 count. Well, for the first time in main event history, we bowled no tap in the team event last night, and this would be just fantastic at that point. Today, not so good. Nope, that would be new too. We had a Greek church to win a title match. We've never had an all-spare title match, I'm sure of that. Fernandez did cover his spare in the 9th frame, so he should still, after a shaky second half, be on his way to victory. And that ball needs to... I am sure Sorrell knows his own game, and he knows what he's doing, but every single one of those spares has looked like a potential miss at 52 feet. Gavin misses that. That's 180. I think Jessica can shoot 160, 170. Either way, that's not enough. She can't shoot 180, and that's what she needs. So Gavin Fernandez is going to climb the ladder to win main event. Here's Tez off the open in the 7th. And again, tomahawks. The pins over into that 10. His best look is just assume that you're trying for a messenger. Unbelievable. When he's flush, he leaves 9s. And this is the key shot, because now he's got to decide, was that bucket me or was that bucket the lanes changing a little? He's got all the experience on the planet for a kid his age, and he's got to rely on it to make the right call here. Tough finish for Handa, but just a fantastic day, by far a career high finish for her. But here's the key shot for Shank. Well, that's why you win 100 titles. Guesses right / executes better, whatever combination that was, it gives him the double and extends to an 11-pin lead as a result. What a funny looking scoreboard up here. Take a shot of that. That is Sorrell's scoreboard. It looks like an error code, not a scoreboard. Just //////////////. There's your main event champion. What is going wrong on Planet Fernandez? Answer nothing. Oh, look at that! One of the funniest kids you'll ever meet takes a bow with finally getting that strike in the 8th frame. He's right in this match. The all-important Foundation 9th coming up. The last year they really both bowled full-time on tour. They had great battles all year long. It's kind of like a coda to all that. Oh, they've let Mom out of the dungeon where she's been in the office watching video via remote. Oh, the parents got really creative this week, as it was 0 spectators, but they were able to work their way around that. Cardina's in the 9th. Will it wiggle? Boy, oh boy. I don't know if there's a wiggle spot down the lane on 13 or... And that ball just labored and labored and labored. He doesn't seem to be willing to increase his angle. He spent a lot of the tournament way further right than this, with a lot more surface than this. This is the 4th game on a pattern that was fresh, but also sat through match plays. We had to use every other pair here. That's a factor too. Well, let's see how this pair goes. Big old hook. Now I'm a little more comfortable. Well, he shot 8 of them. He should have some clue how to convert them at this point. So he's got room for 203, right? It's got to be. Tez going at, I believe, a 203 pace right now. 9 spare, strike spare. And if either one of them leaves a Greek church, Jennifer is still hanging out somewhere. Bam! This seems really comfortable on the right-hand lane. That's perfect entry angle to saw that 10-pin out. So 3 in a row and 2 in a row is 210. That puts him in the 2 teams, so Mark should do it here. Beanhaw, are you watching? This is all Beanhaw's fault. Did I talk about that on camera yet? I don't think on camera, did I? In the announcements, I believe. In case I didn't, Cortez won Arizona doubles 2 weeks ago with his good pal Brennan Beanhaw. And Brennan, of course, has a main event title. Cortez does not for the next 6 seconds. And evidently, he took that as a personal challenge. And, and I almost had to delete that video because if he so intend after me saying that. Has to make it. He's done it 201 if he misses it. Sorrell's got room for 203. Cortez, an outstanding spare shooter. He is not going to Sorrell hook this ball. This is going hard and straight. I guarantee you. Right at this 7. Champ. It was easy for Tez in qualifying. It was not easy all day for Tez in match play. He got beat up in match play, actually, and he bowled good, but just kept losing matches, so he had to hang on to the #1 seed. And that's even tougher in this format, because even as the 1 seed, you have to win 2 matches to win this tournament. Got by 2 super tough competitors to do it for the 98th time. And Tez and Bean are tied for main event titles with 1. Man. Not the shootout that could have developed, but still a fascinating and well-bowled match. Bet you these shots carry. No, not even then. I don't know the last time that Sorrell has bowled a game with 1 strike and 9 spares. All of them, or all but one of them 9 count spares? Oh, hell, hey, yeah. You got something to say to a certain person?
Bean, can't hold that over my head anymore, buddy.
And he's too old for the tiebreaker. Will you be too old for this? Oh, so they're going to a lifetime tie. Wiggle spot or change? Yeah. Well, Sorrell has had some tough pills to swallow on our year-round tour lately, and this is another one. $2,000 is a nice chunk of change, but they're after titles, not cash. That's what matters to them. It's going to have to be it another time. Oh! And how about that? A 9 count on a blistering messenger to finish. That's brutal. Great stuff out of great bowlers at a great bowling center. We sure appreciate everyone coming, and 2021 main event will be off the hook. 2020, we survived it. They can't kick us out now. Great stuff.